Hello everyone. So in my last video, I wanted to see if it was possible to defeat the original Kanto games using only your starter. So, after 3 runs through Kanto, I concluded that yes, it is possible. I'm saying this now because the challenge was much easier than I thought it'd be. I mean, it's still harder than an original playthrough, at least if anyone with half a brain cell, but still, not nearly the challenge I was hoping for. However, there is one starter I missed out on. That one being Pikachu, because I did the original playthrough for Pokemon Red and Blue, leaving out Yellow unfortunately because in Yellow you only get Pikachu as a starter. So, in honor of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee coming out next month, I decided to give Pikachu its due diligence and see if I can answer the question, can you beat Pokemon Yellow using only your Pikachu? Now before we get into the fun stuff, I thought I'd go over a few rules I made for myself. Rule number 1, no items in battle. It'll just make this challenge way too easy. Rule number 2, no outside help. So that means I can't link this up to Pokemon Stadium and get myself a surfing Pikachu. Rule number 3, no glitches. So no Misty and Lt glitch in this run. I mean, yeah, I know it was fixed for this version of the game. Kinda. You can still get it, but it's a lot more work. But even if I could use Misty and Lt, I probably wouldn't just because I want those effort values. I have a feeling I might need them. As for HMs, the only HM Pikachu can learn is Flash. So in cases where I need an HM to proceed through the game, I'll just get a random Pokemon in the wild, catch it, have it knocked out from another random wild Pokemon, and just use the HM when I need to, but make sure it's knocked out before any battles. Alright folks, with all that being said, let's get to the fun stuff. After Professor Oak saves us from a wild Pikachu, even though you apparently can't find them anywhere in this game, I guess I just decided I want to find scraps of food in our garbage, something like that, we go off to our first battle with our rival. While it still doesn't really matter if you win or lose this battle, it will determine what your rival's Eevee will evolve into. If you win this battle, and the optional battle on Route 22 on your first try, your rival's Eevee will become a Jolteon. On the flip side, if you want to make this challenge easier, you could always just throw the match and have your rival Eevee evolve into a Vaporeon. I mean, yeah, I could do that, but I'm not gonna throw the match. My parents didn't raise me to be a quitter, so I'm going for the win, and well, I said my parents didn't raise me to be a quitter. It doesn't mean I win all the time.
After that colossal failure, I move on to my next big challenge, Brock. And this one isn't fun. The only moves Pikachu learns naturally are electric and normal type moves. Electricity does absolutely nothing to Brock's rock and ground type Pokemon, and as you can see through this footage, normal type moves don't do a lot either. That being because Brock's ground type Pokemon have ridiculously high defense, and my Pikachu has pathetically low attack stats. So unfortunately, my only option is to keep spamming Quick Attack over and over again, and hope that I get enough critical hits to knock out his Pokemon. On my first attempt, I'm only able to get his Geodude down to about 2/3 of its health before it knocks me out. I know I'm in for a rough ride when the first Pokemon's giving me problems. After a little bit of grinding, I was able to slowly but surely knock out his Geodude. But unfortunately, by the time he's out on his Onix, my HP is so low, a light breeze can knock me out. After a little bit more grinding, my Pikachu did eventually learn Slam, which did help a lot. A much more powerful move compared to Quick Attack, if not a little inaccurate. And by a little inaccurate, I mean I missed 4 times in a row! Because of that, I have less than the ideal amount of health when it comes to facing his Onix. But, after a little bit of luck and some Gen 1 AI stupidity, I was getting really close, slowly but surely, withering away at his HP. Now, seeing how my luck with Slam has been subpar so far, I thought it'd be best if I finished his Onix off with a Quick Attack, a move with a base 100 accuracy. So Of course, the infamous 1 in 256 glitch. For those of you unaware of Gen 1 mechanics, allow me to briefly explain, using this article from Bulbapedia. In Generation 1, moves are held in a single byte, ranging from 0 to 255. The idea is that if the number is less than the generated value, it would hit. Of course, moves with 100% accuracy should always hit. Unfortunately, if the number generated is 255, the move will miss regardless of accuracy. Obviously, moves like Swift and whatnot that bypass the accuracy check don't need to worry about this. But unfortunately, moves with 100% accuracy are more likely to be around 99.6. So, I just got really unlucky. Damn. Thankfully though, on my next attempt, I'm able to finally take down Brock and get my first gym badge. Thank God. Heading through Mount Moon, I am reminded that this game is based off the anime, as Jesse and James come up to challenge me, and much like the anime, these two are a joke. They are easily defeated, but unlike the anime, I actually get rewarded for it, with 420 Poké Dollars. So, there's that, I guess. With those jokers out of the way, I am off to face Misty, and she's about as easy as you expect, especially since my Pikachu just learned Thunderbolt. But I am concerned about one thing though. Despite me having a very reasonable level advantage, my Pikachu is unable to knock out her Starmie in one hit with Thunderbolt. I can't help but feel this is an omen for things to come on later. Now it's off to rescue Bill from his botched Pokemon experiment yet again. But of course, my rival gets in the way. Even though my rival does have a Sandshrew now, at this point, I'm just thankful it's not a Rock-type Pokemon. While he does have the type advantage, it doesn't know any moves that can hurt me for super effective damage, thankfully. So, even though it does hit me with a Sand attack, I take down my rival with little problems. Despite him claiming that he'll smell me later, I face my rival yet again on the SS Anne, and he's about as easy as he was the first time around. So, no complaints here. Now it's off to fight Lieutenant Surge and his Raichu. Wow, they actually only gave him a Raichu in this game. I actually completely forgot about that. However, before I can polish off my Lieutenant Surge voice, I knock out his Raichu with a critical hit. I guess this is the game's way of apologizing for all the bad luck I had with Brock? What? Whatever. I'll take it. After obtaining my third gym badge, I have a date with Giovanni. But before I can get to him, Jesse and James decide to get in my way. I easily dispose of them and go right on to the main event. He first sends out his Onix, which gives me terrible flashbacks. But thankfully this time, I actually have the moves to deal with him. That move specifically being Seismic Toss. What has quickly become my favorite move in all of Gen 1, or throughout this challenge anyway, and I do the exact same thing with his Rhyhorn. Next up is because, remember, don't forget, this game is based off the anime, Persian. One of these things is not like the other. I quickly dispose of it with Thunderbolt. After getting rid of Team Rocket, I move on to get my 4th gym badge against Erika. Despite being at a type disadvantage, I was able to surprisingly beat her on my first try. It was close, but you know what? A win's a win. Now I'm off to Lavender Town to help that Marowak rest in peace. Unfortunately, my rival has to get in my way. He hasn't been a problem as of yet, except for that first couple of battles, but that's besides the point. The point was the last 2 times he wasn't a problem, and this time is absolutely no different. My rival's like a cockroach. No matter how many times I try to step on it, it just won't die. Speaking of things that won't die, I'm facing Jesse and James again. They are ready for a fight, and I'm not going to surrender now. And I easily wipe the floor with them, yet again. So yep, Team Rocket's blasting off again. Marowak has rested in peace, and now it's time to get my 5th gym badge. Koga. You know, I almost want to say you got nerfed. Your team is 3 Venonats and a Venomoth. What's stopping me from saying that you got nerfed is the fact that your ace is 18 levels higher than the last one I faced. But despite all that, you should be easy. Right? No, he's actually he's actually not easy. Because in this game, he actually follows through what his strategy is. Sleep, poison, confusion, all that other fun stuff. He actually follows through with all of that. And I've experienced it all. It is not fun, and it actually does take me a small handful of tries to actually take down Koga and get my 5th gym badge. It's not easy, and... So Pikachu, how do you feel? Oh. We should probably get that checked out. So now it's off to Silph Co to stop Team Rocket once and for all. Maybe. Probably not. We'll deal with them later after this. But of course, my rival stands in my way. You know, everyone likes to talk about Gary's Raticate, but I have a question to you. What happened to Gary's Fearow? No one ever talks about that, and it's not here anymore. Did we kill that one too? Or did he deposit that one in the box? You let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, my rival does go down relatively easy this time. Again. But once again, my Pikachu fails to take out a water-type Pokemon in one shot with Thunderbolt, despite being over 10 levels higher. I sense a bad omen is coming. Team Rocket's rockin' trouble, double trouble, big trouble, double trouble is gonna follow you. I'm just honestly trying to fill the time here because I have absolutely no idea what to say. These guys are easy, and I'm glad this is the last time I'll have to face them. Looks like Team Rocket's blasting off for the final time. Thank you, Jesus. As for Giovanni, I had a plan. Seismic tosses 2 rock types, Onix and Rhyhorn, take down his Persian with a simple Thunderbolt, and body slam his Nidoqueen. It works and I take him down my first try. Next up is Sabrina, and her team of Abra, Kadabra, and Alakazam. Here, the real annoyance is her Abra. Seeing as Abra knows no attacking moves in this generation, the only 2 moves it actually can learn are Flash and Teleport. So of course, it spans Flash. Over, and over, and over. Unfortunately, I lost my first attempt because I couldn't hit anything. Not only that, my special stat sucks, and Alakazam's special stat is one of the highest in the game. So, Thunderbolt doesn't do a lot, unfortunately. My second time around, I decided to attack on the physical side with Body Slam. That works out much better, and I'm able to get my 6th gym badge because of it. Next up is Blaine, and I have a question. If this game is supposed to be based on the anime, why doesn't Blaine have a Magmar? I would also ask why he doesn't have a Rhydon too, but seeing as I'm facing a Rhydon in the next gym, spoilers, I'm not too concerned about that. Anyway, Blaine is a difficult challenge here. It's at this point in the game where Pikachu's poor stats really starts to take its toll. I'm able to take down its first 2 Pokemon, but unfortunately by the time I get to his Arcanine, my Pikachu has very little HP and literally anything can knock me out at this point. Like a Fire Blast. It did take me a couple of tries, but eventually I was able to defeat Blaine. Now I'm off to see my old friend Giovanni again. However, unlike the last couple of times, this time he boasts to be quite the challenge. All of his Pokemon, sans Persian, know either Dig or Earthquake. And because Pikachu has the defense capabilities of Glass, he can knock me out with anything. Even when he sends out his first Pokemon, Dugtrio, it's a game of roulette. He can either A, take me down right away with Dig, or B, use a Guard Spect. So I just gotta hope and pray that he uses a Guard Spect, and I can take him down with a couple of Body Slams. Eventually though, I am able to get to a point where I can take down his Dugtrio with 1 Body Slam, after much grinding and constant rematch after rematch. Thankfully, my Pikachu is faster, or this very well could have been the end of the run. His Persian goes down with Thunderbolt, no problem. For Nidoqueen, I gotta hope that he either A, uses Guard Spect, B, RNG gives me a critical hit, or C, that he gets paralyzed through Body Slam. The one thing I am thankful for though, is the fact that because my level is so much higher than his, it takes 2 Earthquakes to take me out. Unless of course he gets a critical hit. Thankfully, Body Slam does deal a reasonable amount of damage to his Nidoqueen and Nidoking. Sadly, I can't say the same for Rhydon, which at this point usually my health is so low, he can take me out with anything, really. But he usually uses Earthquake just to rub in my face. And it'll take 3 seismic tosses to take him out. It's when I face his Rhydon that I realize this is all up to chance. I gotta pray he has a guard spec left, that he'll use on his Rhydon, that I'll survive an Earthquake, and then maybe, just maybe I can take him out. It takes many, many tries. At one point, luck does seem to go my way. He uses a guard spec. I use 1 seismic toss. He uses Earthquake, and I barely survive it. Able to get off the second one, and that's when I knew I had this match in the bag. I hit 1 more seismic toss, and I finally get my 8th gym badge. And yes, I don't think I'm stretching by saying that this has been the hardest battle so far. I lost count just how many tries I've had to do this battle just to get this badge. But the point is, I got the badge, and now I'm off to the Elite Four. Is what I'd like to say. But of course, my rival has to stand in my way. After a few lucky critical hits, I was easily able to take him down yet again. Alright ladies and gents, we are on the home stretch. And this time, I actually remembered to save some elixirs and ethers. You know, just in case. No PP wars and all that stuff. First up, we have Lorelei. Despite being a quote-unquote ice-type expert, 4 out of 5 her Pokemon are actually part water. Slowbro isn't even ice type. Thanks to that water typing, I'm able to take down her entire team in one shot with Thunderbolt. Easy breezy. Bruno is up next, and the strategy here is pretty simple. Seismic tosses 2 Onyxes, and then Thunderbolt the rest of his team, and he goes down almost as easily as Lorelei. Next up is Agatha, and while she just put on a better fight than her 2 predecessors, I am still able to take her down rather easily. Now we have the final member of the Elite Four, Lance. His Gyarados goes down easily with Thunderbolt. His first Dragonair goes down after a critical hit from Body Slam. The following Dragonair goes down after 2 Body Slams. The Aerodactyl goes down after a Thunderbolt that critted, because we all know that crit totally mattered. And his Dragonite goes down after a Thunderbolt, despite the fact that he burned me after a Fire Blast. Thankfully, I'm attacking from the special side, so it doesn't really affect me. With the Elite Four out of the way, I face my rival one more time. He first sends out Sandslash, and this doesn't bode well for me because this time, he actually did something smart. He taught his Sandslash a ground-type move, more specifically, Earthquake. And yeah, I'm not living through that. I go down after 2 Earthquakes, and there goes my first attempt. Oh boy, this is gonna be Giovanni all over again, isn't it? Attempt number 2. I first hit a Body Slam on him, in which he retaliates by hitting an Earthquake. I managed to hang out with a little under half my health left, but smart old me was thinking, I think a Seismic Toss should take him out. I think he doesn't have more than 86 HP. I was wrong. He barely lives and takes me out again with Earthquake. That could have gone better. On my 3rd attempt, I do manage to take down his Sandslash after 2 Body Slams, and his Alakazam goes down after 1. Next up, his Executor. And of course, the darn thing puts me to sleep, and then proceeds to stomp a mud hole in me. I do manage to wake up before he knocks me out, but in Gen 1, you actually waste a turn waking up. He then proceeds to knock me out with Stomp. Executor 316 says he just whipped my ass. Don't worry folks, I get my vengeance on my next attempt. His Ninetales goes down after a critical hit from Thunderbolt, his Magneton goes down after 2 Body Slams, last up, his Vaporeon. And what do you know? I knock out his Vaporeon after a critical hit from Thunderbolt. And ladies and gents, I have officially beaten Pokemon Yellow using only my Pikachu to battle. This one was way harder than trying with the other 3 starters at Kanto. The hardest one easily being the last bout with Giovanni. If it hadn't played out the way it did, I'm pretty sure my Pikachu will have to level up to level 100 before I would have had a chance of actually beating him, without relying too much on luck. I wonder how it would have fared if I said no TMs as well. I don't really want to think about it, to be honest with you. Though I will say, if it wasn't for that crit on Vaporeon, I don't think it would have been able to take it down in one shot, and I'm sure it would have knocked me out and I'd do this thing all over again. I mean, this is just mere speculation on my part, but you know, considering I had trouble knocking out other things in one shot with Thunderbolt, I don't think it's too much of a stretch. But the point is, I beat it, I'm into the Hall of Fame with only my Pikachu. And with all that being said, I just want to thank each and every single one of you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and subscribe for more videos. Also, comment down below if you want me to try this challenge with Generation 2. Are there any other rules you want me to add? Is there anything you want me to do differently? Let me know. We'll chat. And with all that being said, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.